awesome to be in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out. We'll talk in a second, but we'll get things going right now. Wow, what a wonderful place to be. We are Mr. Chair. We're all the way here from Madison, Wisconsin. And we're here on a mission. We're here to pick one superstar up, bring them up on stage, have them blow your minds, and then put them in the van and take them away to Florida and blow away some Florida minds. Before I get to that, which is coming right up, I want to introduce the band. On the last feature, that's Jason Kutz on keys. Jason Keys Kutz. And also the feature on the drums, because he was really driving that thing crazy. Like, that's Mike Koshevsky. He does all our books. He keeps the books straight, and he does all our social medical. They call it social media. I call it social medical. And then on the bass, we've got Mr. Ben Ferris. We're going to feature Ben on this next tune. By the way, all this music that you're hearing tonight is all original music. It's all music that we all wrote here in our group and here with our special guest. So everything that you hear is coming right straight out of us. We opened with a title track called Dust Mile Dust. The second tune in was a piece by Ben called Correction. By the way, we're all educators up here. We're all teachers. Thank you. A big part of what we do is to not only teach and mentor our students, but to learn from our students. And that's a big part of that last piece that he wrote, Correction. We moved from that to a piece that Jason wrote, and if it looked like we were kind of marching up here, that's called, because the title of that tune is called March. So you can give him a little love on that one. Yeah. Ben said we can only play it for 2 more weeks, because then it'll be April. See, that's why I'm at the mic and he's at the bass. Okay, and then we ended up with this last one. It's a tune that I wrote that was inspired by my daughter. Both my daughters are adults and they're off into the world. But back when my younger daughter was at college, she would come home for breaks. And in our house, there's a lot of musicians coming through town, and they usually stay at our houses. And I had a lot of musicians over the span of about a year or 2 before the pandemic. And my daughter came home for a break, and she found this Nokia, like 1990s Nokia phone. This is just a couple years ago. Like, who still has an old 1990s Nokia cell phone? And she goes, "Dad, someone left their burner phone in my room." And I'm like, "Burner phone? That's a cool name." So anyway, a lot of that music, well, half of that music is on our new album that's about to come out, but half of that music is on our album that came out in 2019. It's right over there. So we'll tell you like which tunes are new and which tunes are relatively new. But the next tune is going to introduce to you someone you know very well. If you don't know him, you're going to get to know him. When we were looking around, we're always collaborating, this band. We're always collaborating with dancers and scientists and singers and instrumentalists. And we actually collaborated with a brewer in Madison, and they made a beer after us. And he made a brew out of us, yeah. I feel like that some days. Anyway, we were always looking around, and Mike happened upon this amazing article about this young artist in Madison who was a student at UW-Madison who was making waves in amazing ways. And we listened to his music, and we started getting more and more inspired, and we reached out to him. And we said, "Hey, we wrote a ballad. We wrote an instrumental. It needs words." And I gave him one prompt. My wife was born in India, and she was raised in New York, and her name is a Sanskrit word meaning purity. It's Shweta. It could mean the color white, but it could also mean the name or the word purity. And I said, "What does purity mean to you?" And then, well, first of all, I reached out, and he actually reached back, because think about it, it's kind of weird that like a professor is reaching out to an undergrad and saying, "Hey, you want to collaborate?" Maybe that's not a weird thing, because it's turned out it's not a weird thing at all. I think we're both learning in amazing ways. I know we are from Dequadray. So he came back a couple weeks later, having heard the prompt, and I mean, I don't have hair, but all their hair was blown back. And it was like, this person is wise beyond his years, and he's got a soul and a spirit and an energy, right? And like, just this, he's a wrecking ball of positivity and inspiration. Am I doing well? Am I getting you all geared up here? Anyway, I'll set all that aside and just say he wrote the words and sang, and now it just keeps on going. Because then he came back to us a little while later and said, I got this album in my head. Can you help me realize it? And so we've been working on that for the last 2 years. So we're going to feature on this half the tune that started our relationship. And then on the second half, we're going to bust out world premiere, kind of sneak preview of the magic that is Spectaculous. So without further ado, please say hi to Dequadray, James White.
Can we give it up for the band again? Yeah. Y'all look so beautiful. All right. Stained brain heavy in my conscience, living in a pompous mosh pit of wicked animosity. Then there's poverty, treat us like novelty, disorient the image with the body, now we copying. A false photog that just survived, not a lot in my opinion, this is the system. We're walking in the missions from the purpose of the outcome, it's all revelation. I know it's hard to let go when fierce teeth are too sharp and too deep and too hungry for black skin. For my kin's sake, I wish that every waking hour was peace on earth. Take another shower. Let the water work and drift from earth to be immersed in the most loving vibratory state of mind. Reality isn't man-made, it's from divine consciousness. Remember your formlessness. Before indoctrination, there was you without a hesitation. Turn to your nature. Notice there's more than tears of joy and reflection. There's a longing for freedom, longing for change, longing for freedom, longing for change, longing for freedom, longing for change, longing for freedom. Longing for change, longing for freedom, longing for change, longing for freedom, longing for change. It feels like I'm constantly aware of the burden in the bones that we share. Wear and tear of my optimism startles me to question, will I ever get better? Will I ever really weather the storms that cover my path? Every time when I feel that I'm defeated and my mind has become my worst critic, I'm inclined to give in to the pressure to never sing a melody when hate is running rampant. Then a voice whisper softly, in this life you are the key. Put your pride behind you. I'm leading with love in front of me. Then the walls begin to crumble. The mass shatters to pieces. And the demons of the day won't stand a chance in the wake of my life. There's a fire in your heart, please tell me, will you take it there? Don't put it out, just let it grow. You thought you knew, but it unfolds in your lap. That the simple fact that when you were made, you are perfect and pure. The closet calls for lies to be released. Underneath the bed screams for spring cleaning. Master the monsters that strive to take your energy. Complacency costs your soul. Will you pay the fee? Will you take the leap? Forget the danger. Will you help the weak or any stranger that's in need? Let your guard down, cause they'll feed on fear that's not real. Our separation lies in our imagination. Divide us, then they conquered us for generations. This is your life, yeah, yeah. Take it back control, yeah. This is your life, yeah, yeah. Take it back control. This is your life. Take it back control. This is your life. Take it back control. If there's a will, there's a way. Yeah. If there's a will, there's a way. There's a will, there's a way. If there's a will, there's a way. You gotta move on somehow. You gotta move on somehow. There's a will, there's a way. There's a will, there's a way. Thank you. Yeah, give it up again for Dequadray.
Held it back.
We're ecstatic to be making music with him again. Even though it's happened quite a bit over the pandemic, every few months or so, mostly via Zoom, which of course you know is kind of miserable. But with him, it's wonderful, and what we've got coming is really exciting. The next tune, the last tune we're going to play on this next, on the first set, is a piece I wrote. This piece is called Britain's Written Rhythm. No S. So a few years ago, I saw an opera by Benjamin Britten. He's a British composer, really wonderful British composer. And this opera was called Albert Herring. And my favorite part of the whole opera was this little intermezzo where it had this cool rhythm. Yeah, it was just that. And there was some other kind of craziness happening, but it really stuck with me and for years. And then eventually I wrote this piece, which was totally inspired by that rhythm. So you'll hear that you can't miss it. If you do, we can talk in the back and try and figure out what's going on here. But so it's that, and then a bunch of melodies and things that kind of spawned from me playing around with that. So without further ado, please go and enjoy the bar and help support this awesome place. We are so happy to be here. Walking into this space is unlike any I've been in, and it's really exciting, and I just love this stage, and so we want to support them. So in the intermission, please go buy a drink. Okay, see you in a second.
Or a hot dog. we're going to take a really short break, enjoy a beverage with you all, and get to know you, meet you. So thanks again for coming out. Do not leave, because you got to watch the second part. See you in a bit.
Tell us who you were.
Oh, thank you very much. My name is Mark Hetzler. I'm from Florida, born and raised, and I play the glissophone. Thank you all.
the right in terms of the camera, or from the camera's point of view. Back. But, you know, you do you.
She said it sounds great.
Yeah, Megan said it sounds great too. And Penny's watching.
Hi, Penny. Just one sec, boys. One sec.
Are we good to go? Did we get a thumbs up? Right?
Yeah.
Can anyone guess what color that music was all about? All right, what over here? What? You cheated. No, it was not white and it was not orange. They were pretty good guesses. Yeah, it was fuchsia. I don't know how you knew that. Wait, did he know that? Yeah, I know. He totally cheated. Oh, that's a new composition by Jason Kutz, our keyboard player. It's going to be on our new album. He had a piece that he wrote for the last album, which is all about the color blue. And he's on this color series, and we love it because it takes us to these cool places. We're going to play another piece from our new album. This is a composition by our drummer, Mike Koshevsky. It's a wonderful journey. It's a musical exploration. It's kind of episodic. It takes you to all these different places. There's energies and emotions, and it gets kind of frenetic and crazy, and it essentially completely collapses and breaks down, and then somehow it gets picked up again. So please enjoy Michael Koshevsky's new composition called Uncanny Valley. Let's hear it from Mike Koshevsky, the composer.
I thought it was Dequadray.
We're going to bring Dequadray right back up here. And welcome to the world of Spectaculous.
You guys ready? One, two.
You talk a good game, well I hung up my jersey. You said I iced you out, why don't you get a sweater? You know I'm killing you when I'm in these red jeans. These hoes can never touch me. You shouting mask for mask, no fast, no films, no flavor. You say I'm missing out, well I can catch you later. You know I'm grilling you when I'm in these red jeans. These hoes can never, this ridiculous hoe, never myself, never made sense. Believing in screens, mirror in motion, showing them what they wanna see. Blind devotion, can't be what they wanna be. Straddle the line, feel so inclined to choose labels to find me. Glad that my presence is shaking you to your core, to ignore me. Coming with color, they throwing shade. Wanna be me, but they so afraid. Life got me bathing in lemonade, but I'm just a pass in the barricades. They talk a good game, well I hung up my jersey. They said I iced you out, why don't you get a sweater? You know I'm kidding you when I'm in these red jeans. These hoes can never touch me. You shouting mask for mask, no fast, no films, no flavor. You say I'm missing out, well I can catch you later. You know I'm grilling you with the 90 degree. Want you a sip of the Kool-Aid, but you couldn't handle the flavor. Add a dash of some glitter, that's my recipe. Since your energy's off and my empathy's strong, I ain't gotta be right, but I never been wrong. It amazes me that you think you ever say, in the way I walk, in the way I talk, in the way I dress, in the way I still shit. Straddle the line, feel so inclined to choose labels to find me. Glad that my presence is shaking you to your core, hard to ignore me. Coming with color, they throwing shade. Wanna be me, but they so afraid. Life got me bathing in lemonade, but I'm still surpassing the barrel. Yeah, You wanna hop up out of character anytime you think it's okay. You wanna hop up out of character when it comes to the clout and the money where you focus. Hop up out of character, that's a stretch for the next one. Who gon' come correct? You taking this too far, you just a little too extra. Can't keep up with your switch ups, I'm so tired of playing catch up. You all up in my face, at attention behind closed doors. Changing faces in different spaces with all the applause. Over here you getting crickets, thick as these were crooks and bigots. To demean, to feel pristine, don't stop the hate inside. Cause the scene to show you seem to have the upper hand. Contrary to what you think it is, the opposite. Did you grab luggage for your ego trip? Got a first class seat, yeah, to reality, Get the right one on the wrong day, get shifted like feng shui. You're known to misbehave, so I just don't engage. Anytime you think it's okay, and kill the vibes, you wanna hop up out of character. Check my wrist, see I'm okay, I'm still alive. You wanna hop up out of character when it comes to the clout and the money where you focus. Hop up out of character, that's a stretch for the next one. Who gon' come correct? I'm seconds from detonating, your antics are aggravating. You try to oppress me and it just stresses me out. Shout commands like a royal, only throne is the couch. Starve your rationality, so what you think is gonna sprout. Cling to tradition, sing when it's missing. Change, antagonize, change before the fire. Deny access to my peace on my own and got receipts. Can't give me into submission. No, I'm good enough. Guess the luck, bet you'll go far. Masters feed off extraness, then you'll carry your part. I'm attentive to the tension, known to speak before you listen. Push the bounce just like indentions. Worry free, just watch me listen. Yeah, I'm about a character. You're taking this too far, you're just a little too extra. All right, y'all ready? Yeah. You wanna hop up out of character. All right, y'all not ready. Oh, okay, we're gonna do it again. Yeah. You wanna hop up out of character. You wanna hop up out of character anytime you think it's okay. And kill the vibes, you wanna hop up out of character. Check my wrist, yeah. See, I'm okay, I'm still alive. You wanna hop up out of character? Hey, hey. Hop up out of character. Yeah, 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 yeah. You wanna hop up out of character? Hey, hey. You wanna hop up out of character? All right. That's the tempo, that's the tempo, that's the tempo I keep. Over the overpopulate, over the overstimulate, over the overrespirate. Now you feel so dilapidated. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake and bake, puffin' orchid on the back lawn. The sun rises in the east and then it sets in the west. Coughing at the crack of day, cock-a-doodle, hallelujah. Write my own books with my own steps. Play the jest and the stoic like Marcus. Wait the uncharted, only anatomy attached to me. Slipping off course, jumping off board, diving off ship. Paper run the game, never let it tame you. Let that thing loose on them like Bruce. Told them got the panther for the geese. Seat so hot, get them off their keister. Big like the sculpture on Easter Island, and I'm rhyming while I'm climbing. Over the overpopulate, over the overstimulate. Now you feel so dilapidated. Yeah, yeah. Give me a little two-step, yeah. Over the overpopulate, over the overstimulate, over the overrespirate. Now you feel so dilapidated. Yeah, 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 yeah. Insecurities vacillate like a chicken decapitated. Images they exacerbate, easily discombobulated. Mentally agitated, empathy fabricated. Luxury fascinations, heavily fabricated. Stay with Metamucil cause I always been a regular. From another planet, I can feel it on the cellular. Level out the field, got them rocking like a pendulum. Niggas want chrysanthemums for breaking in the interim. Never came, but I've been that grizzly. Go against the grain, then it might get frizzy. Try to jump ahead, watch them all get dizzy. Stumbled into a tizzy, double cup, stay busy. Over the overstimulate, over the overrespirate. Now you feel so dilapidated. Y'all can just say the over part, yeah, like this. Over the overpopulate, over the overstimulate, over the overrespirate. Now you feel so dilapidated. Yeah. We're gonna try one more time. Yeah. Over the overpopulate, over the overstimulate, over the overrespirate. Now you feel so dilapidated. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Over the overpopulate, over the overstimulate, over the overrespirate. Now you feel so dilapidated. Please let me pass like a kidney stone while you steady on your phone like the apps through the screen. In the womb, I was head of the swim team. A nigga had big dreams of hitting the green scene and scheming. My ability to chase a check has always been consistent. Just coincidental that money's never on my mental. Had to rent a facade to just counter the odds to stay even on side. Yeah, I recognize the murmurs, but it's needless for my motions. My emotions are like oceans. I take the dive, not control them. I can feel it in the tissue and the tension in my jaws. Had to meditate for better sake to see one more tomorrow. Now let's gravitate to newer states, inflate the fools with awe. On a broken planet where it won't let me just be myself since I landed. No, I can't quit, cause I'm focused to stay open for the other side. And I'm hoping for the clarity to see me through the fog. Never could know the severity if you don't risk no wrong. If I'm about it, I won't let it pass me by. You spend the stacky stack on whatever's Jack and Buzz. I'll roll a packy pack, then roll out with a gang of buds. They hate the fuzz, cause they mow us like they cutting lawns. I show that love, cause it's better off to make the bonds pressure. Protect your pleasure, don't even measure yourself to Lectures that say you never amount to the summit of your inner vision. In the distance with discipline and efficiency, I put the INC in by every statement. It's my philosophy. They eyeing me and prying me for tips off my ribs with the bib. Had the helping of the real. Since a kid had to heal, but I wouldn't take a pill for a better deal. Cause I'm stranded on a broken planet where it won't let me just be myself since I landed. No, I can't quit, cause I'm focused to stay open for the other side. And I'm hoping for the clarity to see me through the fog. Never could know the severity if you don't risk no harm. If I'm about it, I won't let it pass me by. You talk a good game, well I hung up my jersey. You wanna hop up out of character anytime. That's the tempo, that's the tempo, that's the tempo I pass me by. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Give it up for the band.
Yeah, keep it going for Dequadray. This is gonna be fun. We had 3 days of this, plus like 20 hours of driving. So, okay. Yes. This is the, I don't know how much of this was explained for you that don't know, but this is an album that Dequadray really is the creative force behind, and it's called Spectaculous. And yeah, we worked on Purity and played a couple concerts pre-pandemic, and then in the beginning of the pandemic, he said, hey, I have this idea forming. I have all these tunes, and I'd like your help in realizing them and playing them. And so we started, he sent us these files of, 50 Dequadray voices coming like a wall of sound at us, and we have to, and it's all of the instruments. It's the saxophones and the trombones and the bass and the bassoon, and there's some tunes that are like Disney Channel pop, and there's some tunes that are like this R&B, and we of course just like jumped at this experience. But it's been so fun, and so we flew them out to Madison, and we workshopped a lot of these tunes after working on them virtually. Then we did it again, and we're going to do it again in May, and then in June, we're going to really start laying all this stuff down for this album. And what's that? Yeah, and really, I mean, you probably can hear it, but this music is going to have, like, it's going to be a lot of people involved. It'll have, like, full orchestra, full brass section, and then just Dequadray as the real feature of, and it's just incredibly exciting, and it's fun to play, and that was the premiere. No one's ever heard that live. We did it 3 hours ago for the first time, really, together, so, wow. We have a couple more tunes, two more tunes. The next one is the title track on the album that we have here. We have a triple vinyl. This is our debut album. It's 3 vinyls. It was pretty much everything that we had been playing for a handful of years, and we laid it all down, and it was just, they're long tunes, as you are well aware now. And it's, there's CDs as well, and there's some download cards and some t-shirts. And so the title track, Nebula, and I'm gonna do this real quick. And Purity, the track with Dequadray that we played in the first set, that one is on this album. Played a show, invited a student, and I invited the student and his parents, and the dad came and he listened, and the dad emailed me about 2 weeks later, and he said, when I listened, he was very complimentary, and when I listened to Mr. Chair, I heard, he said, my name is Stephen Myers, and I'm the University of Wisconsin professor of geoscience. And when I heard your Mr. Chair's music, I heard the sound of science. And I was like, oh, this guy's heady, okay. And he said, and I want to commission you to write a piece inspired by the Big Bang and to premiere it in my undergrad lecture course of 300 undergrads. Not the Big Bang Theory, Ben. And so we of course obliged, and I wrote this piece, and then we came up with this lecture for his class. It's an overview of geoscience, so you know that there are rocks involved in geoscience, but there's also earthquakes and glaciers and the Big Bang. And so this was one class in like a spring semester of GeoSci 100, and he said to all the students, show up 20 minutes early, and we have a special guest. Okay, so 300 kids walk. The doors are shut, and 20 minutes early, the doors open. They walk in, and we are at the front of the lecture hall, and we just blast away for 20 minutes. It's a 20-minute set, and then the class time starts, and then it's the class that's completely infused with music, science, art. There's some visual art involved. On the album, there's some really cool visuals from a research lab at the University of Wisconsin, and through that commission, we were able to fund some of this album, and it really helped kind of piece together these like kind of out things that we're into. And yeah, so I like to tell this story. There's two cool things that we did. So for that lecture, he's explaining how sound changes pitch as it gets near, and then it gets further away. And so do light waves do this too. So to demonstrate that, and to connect us to the lecture, we put Mark in a car with the window down and his trombone, and we had a camera up, and Mark drove by, and the camera goes, or the sound goes, like an ambulance, you know? And so that helps to explain the same way that light move happens in space, light movement happens in space. Then for the next time, he commissioned us again, and the second time was to talk about earthquakes. And for that one, we put Mike out on a frozen lake with a drum set. And we drilled a hole in the ice, and we put these microphones down that can detect sound in water. And so we listened to how the sound waves moved under this frozen lake with Mike, and we had these drone shots of him out on this frozen Lake Mendota. And this is all coming from the mind of Stephen Myers, who is our scientist friend. So, anyways, that's all to say that we get into some pretty funky things sometimes. And this one was with this scientist, and we're going to play that piece now, which is called Nebulebula. And I'll remind you, once again, those albums are for sale. Let me take this time to remind you one other thing. We are on social media, and it could use some help. So if you want to follow us, like us, subscribe, please. That actually really helps us. We were honored to win the Wisconsin Area Music Industry Award for the Best Jazz Artist in 2021. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, and you know, jazz there's a big question there of how we're that, but they wanted to tell us that, so that was nice. And that got us this tour, really. It really helped to kind of get people to accept that we want to play in their city. But if you like, subscribe, do all that stuff, that helps too. Okay, bye. Ready? Yeah. A 1, 2, a 3, and a 4.
just want to say thank you again so much for coming out, supporting us, but also being here and supporting Dequadray as we launch this new effort. Yeah. Let's hear it one more time for Dequadray. And one last time, we are Jason Kutz on the piano. Michael Koshevsky on the drums. Ben Ferris on the bass. My name is Mark Hetzler, and we are Mr. Chair from Madison. Thank you, Michael, and thank you, Ellen, for having us here. What a pleasure to play in your venue. Really special place. I'll echo what Jason said. Magical place, magical sound. Thank you. Beautiful sound. Beautiful sound. All right, we're going to close off with one last tune. This is off the new album that's yet to come. It's a song about hope. It's a song about looking past things that are challenging and struggling and sadness, and it's hopefulness for better days. So we titled this one, Better Days.
Thank you.